Hello. So the whole purpose of this channel will be to talk about witchy stuff. And it'll be over a series of multiple videos. I'm really excited because I've been so inspired by so many different YouTubers in this community, and I'm gonna start doing a YouTube channel based around spirituality and eclectic beliefs from a non-Abrahamic perspective. I hope my neighbors can't hear me right now. Hello, my name is Max, and I am a witch. So I have the questions pulled up on my phone, and let's begin. Number 1, do you have a witchy name, and how did you come by it? I had a witchy name, or I thought I had a witchy name. It was just a name that was in my head, and I kind of just wanted that name to be perfectly honest, and I did like a numerology thing, and it all lined up perfectly. I came by it just because I wanted a sacred name for my practice. And I know Arwen said she has like an outer circle name and an inner circle name. I don't have either of those yet. Right now I just go by Max, and if you want you can call me by my channel name, which is Gothic Arcana. Number 2, where are you located? What brought you to that area, or were you born there? I am located in the San Fernando Valley in California. It's like right outside of LA. Born here. My mother was born in Arkansas and she moved over here. Question number 3, do you wear a special amulet or jewelry for spell work? Not particularly. Sometimes I will wear a special ring, an amethyst ring. Obviously I don't have it on right now, but when I'm working with like chakras and I'm trying to connect with other realms, I wear that amethyst ring just because my step-grandmother gave it to me, and she was a lovely woman. She passed away recently. And I just always wore that ring when I was a kid. Like, I thought it was super pretty. And then I thought, you know what? I really like this ring. It's very spiritual. I have a ton of necklaces on, and I have more. The reason I wear so many necklaces, pretty much all of my jewelry and necklaces are specific for spell work. They have each a meaning to them. So all my jewelry has meaning to them. That's why I wear them every single day. All my rings, of course, have like crystals or something in them. Yeah, I wear what I want. What is your favorite space or place? Good question. Let me drink some tea and think about it. I really love foresty areas, so like when I go up north, I absolutely adore that. I love coming out of my backyard as well, which is where I am right now. Also, just my altar in my room, I love being there. That is like the most sacred space for me. What is your favorite stone or crystal for magical workings? That is a difficult question because I use a lot. I really like selenite. I use clear quartz for everything, but that's just because clear quartz can be used for everything. I'm trying to look at my rings to see because I have crystals. I really like black tourmaline, onyx, black onyx. I love black onyx. Obsidian, moonstone. I mean, I could just list all of the crystals in humanity on this earth. Like, I just use them all and love them all. I can't just pick one. How long have you been practicing, and how did you come to the path? I have been practicing for about 7 years, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I can't quite remember. I started studying paganism and just reaching out into different religions when I was 10 years old. I knew I wasn't Christian. I knew I wasn't agnostic. I just wasn't any particular part of the modern Abrahamic religions. I knew that I should be part of something else. I knew that I had, as most kids, as all kids actually have, the ability to harness energy and like move it around, and kids are actually the most magical people on the planet. I was particularly interested in paganism by no means other than books when I was 10 years old. But what brought me to the path was books. Also read just my mom when I was 10. She was gifted a book as a joke called Wicca for Dummies. I read the whole thing, even though she told me not to. So it's been about 7 years. that was when I started researching. When I actually started practicing was when I was 11 years old. I researched for a year. I practiced when I was 11, which means basic candle magic, just simple rituals, just like little baby spells. I didn't even have an altar. I had one candle, a couple herbs, and a single clear quartz geode. And I kept it very, very on the down low, and I just researched basically, because I practiced, of course. I started practicing when I was 11, right? I researched from ages 10 to 11, and of course you keep researching as you practice, like it's not you stop and then you just practice. But I was 12 or 13 when I came out of the broom closet, as you like to say, and I fully started practicing. Like, I got an altar, I got all the things that one needs, or wants rather, to start on the path. And I had basically started when I was 10. That's the answer to the question. But I came out of the broom closet when I was about 12 or 13, and my mom bought me all this cool altar stuff. I was very thankful. It was very nice. Do you have a deity, god, or goddess, and how do you connect with them? I do. I love talking about this, because no one will talk about it with me. I have both a god and a goddess. Of course, I work more closely with a goddess, simply because the goddess that I work with is very, she's quite involved. Let's say that. She's very involved. My goddess is the Morrigan, and if you know anything about her, you know she is really powerful to work with. A lot of people don't like working with her because she's so head-on, and she's scary. I think she's very, very, very useful to people. She's very helpful in the ways that you don't expect. I've heard, I can't remember who said it, but I heard someone say she holds the mirror up to you and makes you look at what's really going on. The Morrigan is my matron goddess. I came upon her, well, she was always there ever since I was a kid, and I knew there was a female presence with me at all times. And I knew when I was a kid that when I would be doing witchy things and not realizing it, there was always that force there. Morrigan is my matron, and my patron, as most children of the Morrigan put together, is Cernunnos. And I hope I'm saying that right, because that's just the way I've been saying it. He's my male deity, he's my god, and he, I haven't really worked with him as closely as I have with the Morrigan, simply because she is so involved and she is so time-consuming. Not that I mind, but she's very hands-on, and she takes up a lot of my time and a lot of my energy. But whenever I can, I try to put forward effort to work with Cernunnos. What is your favorite incense or smudge? I love frankincense, I love dragon's blood, and I love sage. If you put those things in front of me, I will burn them. Have you ever had to clear a space of a negative entity? Yes, a couple times, actually. One time, I did it for a friend. It was not my first time doing it, though. That would have been bad. But I have unknowingly brought in that entity, or someone has entered my home and brought it with them and then left it there. It wasn't the most pleasant thing on the planet to even feel that around, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Only time I've really ever had a struggle was one time when I was, I kind of let this one in on accident, because I was letting in spirits, and I didn't mention only positive until like it was too late, and I did let a negative one in, and it interfered with my spell work, and I got angry, and I was like, get the hell out, and I got it out very quickly. It did put up a bit of a fight, but I got rid of it. What is your favorite witchy show or movie? Good question. I absolutely adored Charmed when it was on. I adored Witches of East End. This is shows that we're talking about first. Charmed, Witches of East End, Emerald City, which is a relatively new one, and it was pretty good in my opinion. I really liked it. Movies, I loved all the Harry Potter movies. I read all the books too. I love Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Hocus Pocus, just like the classics, Practical Magic. Yeah, there are a couple that I'm not really a fan of, but those are the ones that I really like. What do you do to help raise energy in spell work? Good question. I sing. Singing, I feel, tends to raise a lot of vibrations. I use Tibetan song bowl. If I had a drum, I would use a drum. There are lots of ways to raise energy that I use, but mostly it's just singing. Both because it raises energy and because I find it to be a good offering for Deity, and I use it to connect with my goddess a lot of the time. Do you see yourself helping others magically? All the time. I would love to do it more so, like, I know a lot of people do, like, they offer tarot readings, or they have shops where they make magical things. I don't do that. I offer tarot readings to people I know, and I make things for people I know, but I don't offer it to the public necessarily. You typically help my friends, of course. Like, usually strangers don't ask me for help. They'll ask me for suggestions, and they'll ask me for certain spells, but they won't ask me to, like, do a spell or do a reading for them or, like, do anything like that. That's typically my friends that ask me that, which I'm perfectly comfortable with. Yeah, I love helping my friends out with stuff if they let me, if they want me to, if they are open to having that experience, because some of my friends are very closed off spiritually, and they're, like, scared of anything that they don't know, and I feel like that makes me sad. So I like to talk to them about spiritual things, because I like opening their mind and giving them new information and new viewpoint, I guess. I'm not trying to, like, convert anybody, but I do enjoy talking about spirituality and giving them information that they might not have known before. And to me, that is a big way to help out spiritually. What element do you work with the most? Recently I've found myself, I don't know particularly which element I resonate most strongly with, but recently I've been really, like, I started off very into earth, but that wasn't particularly, it was fulfilling, but it wasn't, like, everything. Lately I've been working with fire a lot, though. I feel like fire is the one that I resonate with the most right now. If you threw a party, which of the YouTube witches would you invite? All of them. Honestly, I would invite everybody. There's so many names that I could name. Mind you, I don't know any of these people. I just think they're very cool, and I do watch their videos, and I would love to get to know them better, but, there are just so many. I'll have to do another video where I just talk about everyone who I watch and who influences me. What are your witchy goals for the year? Be a better one. I've been really getting into shadow work lately, because I already work with the underworld. Shadow work, I feel like I need to look more further into, because it has helped me a lot. But I don't give a fuck, because nobody's watching this in the first place. At least not yet. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions in particular just about anything at all, about me, about spirituality, about, like, makeup, about my past channel, about the new channel, anything at all, feel free to ask me down below. I love answering questions. And I will, again, also link my my online Book of Shadows Instagram down below, so you can go and check that out. And yeah, blessed be. Thank you for watching.